they're making $100,000 in revenue a year. Guys, I'm telling you, if you got $100,000, I'm fired up right now. And if you're anything like me, you probably are too, man. I mean, I know you're looking on YouTube trying to find all this good information, just like me, about lawn care and how to start lawn care business. But it's a lot of information out there that is probably some of the worst information you can receive when you're trying to start a lawn care business. So let's do a deep dive into a couple different issues that you're probably going to run into, and some information that they're giving you on YouTube that is completely incorrect for your time, space, and place. So let's go. Let's start off with lawn care equipment. Guys, I know you see a lot of people out there showing you all the great equipment, how much money they spent on 2 or 3 zero turns. In actuality, that's not even where a lawn care rookie would even start at, man. We're going to be starting at probably with a push mow. Again, it's got to be drilled in that if you don't start with a push mow, it's almost guaranteed failure, because of the fact that at some point in time, guess what's going to happen? Your zero turn that you purchased is going to break down. You're not going to have the funds available to you at that time to go ahead and purchase another zero turn, but you might have a push mow sitting around. Okay, and what's going to happen if you get out there in somebody's yard and that happens and you don't have a backup? That might be a customer you lose. Also, this is going to determine how much you actually love lawn care. That's why I say it's so important that you start off with a push mow, get the love of it, get you a couple weed eaters, and move on from there. That is some of the worst advice that you could possibly give somebody, is to tell them to go out and purchase a zero turn when they're trying to start a lawn care business. They're setting you up for failure. Don't forget it. The next part on the equipment is, what type of weed eater do you use? What kind of weed eater do you need to even get started? Guys, you don't need something expensive. You don't need the latest battery operated, unless you can find a good deal on it. In my opinion, you want to go with probably 2 weed eaters, but even the power that you have in your weed eaters, sometimes that's even overblown in the YouTube space, when you see guys, telling you, hey, you need this weed eater that's, 300 cc's or whatever the case. I'm exaggerating, of course, but you don't need to have the strongest weed eater, the most powerful weed eater out there. You want to try to gauge yourself on where you're at as far as finances. If you feel like that's something you need, go ahead and do it. I'm not here to talk you out of it, but all I'm telling you is that you don't need that. You don't need that to get started. Again, we're trying to conserve some of our funds in the first couple years to make sure that we're successful down the road. So if you're going out spending a whole lot of money on equipment up front, just think about how many yards you're going to have to cut in order to make that money back and see a return on your investment. Okay, and don't let something go wrong. Okay, so I would suggest that you start off with something mid-range, probably around 21 to 22 cc's as far as power on a weed eater. Don't get caught up in all the stuff that you're seeing right now out there on YouTube. The other thing is, hey, all together, right, encompassing everything that you're going to need for your lawn care business. Guys, keep it to a minimum. Okay, you got to remember, you're one man, you're one army. It's you. Okay, you want to have backup plans just in case for something happening, but we don't want to be at the top of the line in anything that we're doing right now. Okay, there's a process to it, and we want to try to build our business. So again, the glitz and glamour that you see on YouTube revolving around equipment is really kind of, wanted me to make this video, or made me make this video, so I can get you guys some information that's kind of practical. It's good, it's nice to watch, it's entertaining, but you don't need all that equipment. So that's my advice on equipment. Let's move on to the next tip, which I think is one of the worst on YouTube. Marketing. You're going to hear that so much on YouTube. It's ridiculous. People are telling you all these crazy ways to market your business. And when the basic stuff that you probably already know works, right? Okay, so if you're gonna go buy, those 500 flyers for $250 and go knock on people's door in order to get customers, you're fighting a losing battle. You're wasting your time versus what you're going to see on your return on investment if you're doing business that way. There is nobody that's going to tell you how to level up your business to $100,000 a year in the first year by going out handing out marketing flyers. There's ways that it can be done. There's secrets to it. And guess what? Those people that are telling you that they're making $100,000 in revenue a year, guys, I'm telling you, if you got $100,000 revenue business, you got $100,000 worth of problems too that people don't show you. So again, if we go through the process and kind of, accelerate our learning curve by keeping it easy and simple, that's going to be the best route to go. As far as marketing is concerned, the way you're going to market yourself is going to be by separating yourself from everybody else with something like this right here. You need to have on some kind of uniform. Okay, we want to go out there and push mow the customer's front yard. That may be somewhat controversial on YouTube. I don't know if I've heard anybody else say that. Okay, you want to go out and push mow the front yard. Reason why, especially the first time you're in the yard. And the reason why I say that, that's going to get the attention of the neighbors. They're going to notice that you're taking your time and putting in the work and giving them quality work. They're not worrying about you leaving, ruts in their yard or, lines in their yard from the heaviness of a zero turn. In my opinion, the push mow is probably going to give you a little bit better cut overall. It may take you a little bit longer, especially if the yard is going to be a small yard. We're just starting off, so they should be pretty small yards. I'm not telling you to go out there and break your neck and get yourself in some kind of situation where you're not able to get it done physically. But if the yard is manageable and it's a front yard that you can take care of, that is going to be how you get the attention of other customers. You're also going to, have your uniform on, and that's what's going to separate you from the rest of the guys that are out there taking your time. I also suggest you may want to start just weeding the boulevard. Weed the boulevard and see what difference that makes in your business. You got nothing to lose. You're out there perfecting your craft. You're getting better at it. The weed is going to be in your hand a lot. So I would suggest that you do something like that to even kind of train yourself and get yourself used to using the weed eater. You're going to get to the point where they're going to be able to tell the difference of you weeding versus somebody running a mow over it, and it's going to look even better when you weed it versus mowing. You're going to get to that point. Might be a little bit of trouble as far as making sure everything's straight and maintained all the way down the boulevard as far as the even cut, but you're going to get better at it. That is one of the ways that I was able to separate myself from a lot of the lawn care guys out there. And guys, I'm here to tell you too, that if you're putting good energy out into the air, into the atmosphere, in your business, through your business, by the way you greet your customers, whether you're smiling and you're interacting with your customers and communicating, that's going to be key to making sure you're successful. Don't go get no flyers. Get you some business cards. Don't get no flyers, man. Take the social media route. Post the information there that you're doing this. Let people know. And I'm here to tell you that all of my customers, I have not gotten that one customer from hanging a flyer because I refuse to do it. All of my customers have come through referrals, whether it's through social media or people that I've cut their yard and customers have come across the street to get me to start, cutting there and provide service for them also. So again, guys, stay away from all the extra stuff where they want you to invest so much money that it's going to put you in a hole. Do the simple stuff, and that's what's going to get you by. Let's jump into the next one. Let's go. Let's move into the lawn care OGs. The lawn care OG pros is what I call them. Those guys are great. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about those lawn care OG pros, the ones that have all these followers because they're out there doing the work. There's a difference. If you see them out there doing the work and they're trying to provide good information for the space and place that they're in, it's a lot of good stuff that you can take away from them, right? But the actuality of it is we don't necessarily do that. We kind of take ourselves and put ourselves in their space and place and try to work to that goal. Okay, and it's the saying that's out there. You never want to try to, you know, be somebody's middle at your beginning. You know, you're just starting. You're just starting. You're getting it going. Stay focused and develop your own path, your own, you know, character as far as, you know, how you do business in your business, right? These guys that are out there, I love them to death. I tell you, I watch them, you know, constantly, but I try to pick up information that is useful for my space and place and what I'm doing and put my own spin on it. We're never going to be those guys, okay? We got to develop our own, like I say, space and place to operate in. So the lawn care OGs, again, a lot of good ones out there, but we can't be in a space where, you know, we're on our first year and we're expecting to be doing the same type of business. So a lot of the information that they're giving, again, is for their space and place. It's not for ours. This is some of the worst information I've seen on YouTube that has me really fired up. And if you're fired up right now, go ahead and check out this video too. Let's go.